Hey guys, welcome back. For this video, I thought I'd go ahead and feature another run that I just recently completed. All-Star Squadron, one of my favorite books of the 80s. And, obviously I'm a big fan of the JSA and all the Golden Age characters. And this one, was written by Roy Thomas. This was his baby. I mean, he has such an affinity for World War II characters in the Golden Age. Also wrote The Invaders for quite a while. So he had a real feel for how these guys should be portrayed. And, I was always a fan of the annual summer team ups between the Justice League and the Justice Society. So when this book came out, of course, I didn't have any advance, notice that it was coming out. It just showed up as an insert, in the early 80s or 1980, I guess. DC had some books where they had free inserts, like showcasing a new series they were going to try out. And the first appearance of the All-Star Squadron was actually in Justice League of America 193. So it was, a pretty exciting time for me comic-wise because, like I say, I was a big fan of the JSA and all the Golden Age characters. And in this one, you get to see a lot of characters you never heard of before. There might have been some, actually made for this series. So I'm just going to get right into it. I hope this isn't too long because it's a long series and it's got 3 annuals. So I'm just going to breeze through the duplicate stuff and you know see what we got here. This first issue got a great cover by Rich Buckler, and I think it's got the art on the inside by Buckler too. Okay, issue 2, getting some of these great Joe Kubert covers. Issue 3, there's a cover by Buckler and Giordano against Solomon Grundy, one of my favorite villains slash hero slash characters. Number 4, Golden Age Superman shows up again. I think a lot of these duplicates, and I don't know why, I don't think it was a conscious decision, but like some were like, off the newsstand or the mom and pop store, and like some were like, direct versions. So, and you'd always be able to tell by the UPC. Number 7, another great Joe Kubert cover. And I think these characters kind of became the core of the All-Star Squadron. You got Liberty Bell and Johnny Quick, Firebrand, Robot Man, which is a favorite character of mine, Shiny Knight, and there's Hawk Girl. There's a great cover by Joe Kubert, Steel versus Robot Man. There were 67 issues in all, and as I said before, you got 3 annuals. Another great Kubert cover. Yeah, I'm not really sure about why all the duplicates on these. I think it's one of those cases where I wasn't sure what I had, so I just bought them anyway. Another great Kubert cover. And here you can kind of see the difference between the newsstand version and the direct market version. I will say something about this. This was part of a 5-part crossover between the Justice League and the Justice Society and the All-Star Squadron. Just a great story. They got great Kubert covers on these chapters. Per Degatons in it. You have the Crime Syndicate from Earth 3. Okay, and here's book 4. Superman going against Ultraman. And I think the JLA chapters were JLA 207, 208, and 209, if I'm not mistaken. And issues 14 and 15 of the All-Star Squadron, so anybody that's interested in that. Yeah, there's that duplicate sickness again. Okay, on to the next pile. Start with number 16. There's a great one by Joe Kubert featuring Robot Man. I think Kubert did most of the covers up through issue 19. There's a great one by Jerry Ordway. Some great artwork. There's the original JSA. Here's a wonderful cover by Ordway. Golden Age Green Lantern, Alan Scott. The Man Called Cyclotron. Ultra Humanite. And I think this might be the first appearance, or at least it's the origin of Amazing Man. Pretty cool character. Here we have the Golden Age Batman showing up. Tarantula. And I believe this is the first appearance of Infinity Incorporated, which were the sons and daughters and proteges and sidekicks of the original JSA. And I think that's part 2 of that story. Spectre and Dr. Fate going at it. More Spectre, one of my favorite characters. And here we have the 7 Soldiers of Victory. And Johnny Thunder's getting some love in this issue. Really love this one. Uncle Sam, Freedom Fighters. Another great cover by Ordway. Like I say, I'm not going to take a whole lot of time with this. There were 67 issues, and they should all be on order here. Another cool cover. Crossover with the Shazam heroes, Earth S. Plastic Man. Real American and Amazing Man. Just some great stories, great covers. I'm pretty sure Roy Thomas wrote all these issues. There's a nice little spotlight featuring Starman. And to go along with this, there was a great 4-issue series out in the 90s called The Golden Age by James Robinson and Paul Smith. Sort of an Elseworlds tale. Features a whole lot of these All-Star Squadron characters in the JSA, and it's just one of my favorite stories, probably of all time, about the Golden Age heroes in DC. And here's an issue that was done by Todd McFarlane. Did the art in this, Origin of Dr. Fate. And unfortunately inked by Vince Colletta. Sorry all you Colletta fans. we got? Guest starring. Looks like Black Hawk in this one. Issue 50, Crisis on Infinite Earths crossover. Got a great Jerry Ordway cover. Sorry about the glare on this. Here's a cool little story. Monstrous Society of Evil. Another Crisis crossover. And number 52, another Crisis crossover with Shazam. Okay, last stack I got here. More Golden Age Superman and another Crisis crossover. I'm going to move over a little bit so the glare might not be so bad, or the shadows. Not really sure. Number 54. And had quite a run of Crisis crossovers in this one. And you get some characters you don't see too often there. I think that was it Super Chief, and Silent Knight. Was it Miss America? I'm not really sure. Black Pirate maybe. The Crisis crossover with the 7 soldiers. And these last several issues you get some spotlight on the JSA members. I believe that character's name was called Mechanique, or Mechanic, however you want to pronounce it. As I said, I'm not sure about why there are so many duplicates of these. Up there's a great JSA cover. Number 60. There was the last issue that I obtained to complete this run, number 63, featuring Robot Man. I always thought he was a pretty interesting character. Origin of Johnny Quick. Origin of the Tarantula. I'm probably going to sit down at some point and reread these all the way through. And there's the last issue, number 67, featuring the JSA. These last 3 issues are the annuals. When I get to it, there we go. Annual number 1. Another nice Jerry Ordway cover. Annual number 2. Guest starring Infinity Incorporated. And number 3, I really enjoyed this story. I think it kind of retold a story from the early All-Star Comics series. But you got some great art here. You got Rich Buckler, Wayne Boring, Keith Giffen, Richard Howe, Carmine Infantino, Don Newton, Martin Odell, Jerry Ordway, and George Perez. So that's a very cool story. Alright guys, I'm coming up on 15 minutes. Hope you enjoyed this. A lot of good reading there. A lot of great art and story. And I would highly recommend it. Okay, as always, onward and upward.